welcome to a little guide about atom fishing 2. I'm at the start of the game here, pressing connect, and I have created account and so on, and I have a chapter here that I will delete now, by the by, because I'm going to create a new one. I will show the basic for this game, how to start it, and also I will show the first 3 or 4, I think it's 4 quests. We start with creating a character, and I just name it up here in the right upper corner. I may name it just me. I don't go into anything of this. I will just show you. It is quite basic. Your clothing and how you will look. I just go for this. This character will be deleted after all. I can't name it just me because I just deleted. It's me. Hopefully I can. I could create that one. So it's important how it select the right character here now. If you're playing with your family and or friends or so on, and you want to protect your character, you can set a pin code to the characters. I think it's the first game I've seen that, so that's why I mentioned it. Let's go into this game, and you start up in a place called the shelter. This game is taking place in a radioactive zone. So you're in the shelter, you go out and fish and you craft and so on. It's a little bit other approach. You get your health bars and other information up in the left corner as so many other games, your energy and so on, and your money. This is your money up here. Sorry. And sorry for any bad English, and sometimes I know I get quiet because I've been looking for the words and so on, but I hope you can bear with that. I will go over a quick tour around this place. This is where you can buy food and medication. Here is medication and food and crafting materials and such. You don't buy this receipt biofuel because you're not going to need to buy it, because that is one of the quests that we will go into. And here you can buy gear. Some gears you have to level up, of course, but also you have to get you see here shelter, friendliness, respect hero, and so on. You get reputation in this shelter, so, and I will talk about more about that later. And here you got baits and so on, bait imitation attractions and so. And here you can pick up quests, and you can choose if you want quests that give you income or resources. This would, for example, synthetic and plastic and so on. Or if you want experience and a reputation as your award, and you got daily and tournaments. And over at this point, I am sure we're going to get to see this better later on. Here you can exchange tokens for record fish or trophy fish, and I'm sure we're going to get some trophy fish. so I can show you later. This is just a ordinary mailbox, and I will go back to that guy later, but we take this tour first. This is a crafting table. Here you do some fish cutting and so on. We are going to do lots of those, and we are going to do biomass later on. Um, that guy will give you a quest later on as well. Here also a crafting bench for making tackles and improve your rods and so on, but we will not get into that this time, but we will use this table later on. Here you do some chemistry, and we will get a receipt later that will show up here, so we get back to that, just showing around. And here we got medication or med center. If you like some healing, because your health is going down, it's a radioactive place and so on, you will get lower health. When you start this game, I will take that first. When you start this game, you get 3 days, 2 days VIP, and you get 5 food rations, and you get 5 first aid, and you get 5 red pills portions. But you can go to this dude and get some healing, and then you have to trade fishes that are less than 800 grams, and you can do that once per hour. And you can also use this one to store your fish. If you have plenty of fish, you want to store them for some reason, you can trade biomasses for that, and biomasses we are getting into, and it will be stored in this refrigerator. I'm moving around. Either you can move around with W and the standard, or your arrows on the keyboard, arrow keys, or with the mouse. If you want to run, you press your forward button you're using. For example, if you use the mouse or so, and shift, and that's only works with the left shift, not the right shift, sadly. So it's I think that's a little bit bad, because if you're using your arrow keys, you have your right shift closer. And yes, and you have to rotate your camera. It's not on follow. You can the camera acts a little bit strange sometimes. I will just go over to this fish module. He buys your fish, but I don't have it in fish, but I will show later. And here is your storage. I'll put that away. And we will go quick tour of this upper right corner. We start from the bottom. Here we have your fish tank. Don't be fooled by this. You only have one fish tank at the beginning. You can buy 2 fish tanks. It's called fish tanks. In some games it's called fish keepers or fishnet and so on. But you only get one at the beginning, but you can buy another one, so you can have 40. Each fish tank can contain 20 fishes or 5 kilograms. And this is your inventory. Well, it's quite self-explained, but one I will show now is this one. Is crafting. This here is where your recipes will end up when you complete quests that have recipes. Sorry, I don't really know how to pronounce it correctly. Here you get they will land here, and also ingredients that you get from some fish and so on. Hopefully we'll get some of those. So we can, and this is Action House. I will not go in further to that, and but I will mention that this game is not fully translated yet. It's a Russian game. I don't know what's up with the Russian and fishing. I think this is the third game from Russia I see that is fishing. They have trophy fishing too, and Russian fishing, and now this, and maybe there are more as well. And here is your stats and so on. You got your information, static, record, reputation. You have no fraction now because you haven't started to do anything yet. But you will wrap up with this fraction here, the shelter, perks and titles and so on. One thing you should know, so you don't forget it, is when you level up, you can skill up. You get 2 points. I think it's 2 points for every level. At least it is for the first level. It's 2 points that you can put either on strength, accurate. Sorry, you know what I mean. Or luck or education. If you choose education, it will lower. As I have understood it, if I'm wrong and you know that, please correct me in the comments. But it will not give you more experience for fishes and so on. It lowers how much experience you need for next level. That's how I have understood it. Now, enough of that. Let's go over to this. This is going to be it takes a while, so this little tutorial will be quite long. I will try to keep it short. I will cut and edit in this. I don't going to read up this stuff and the conversations. I'm just going to click and tell, and so. And here you got some questions what to do and so on. And here is the first task. I will get some bloodworms, and I will go and get. So, bling. Here you see, catch fish on bridge with bloodworms. I need to catch 15 fishes. Before we go out and fish, I will show this up here. It's the VIP. You got 1 day and 33 hours. As I said, you get 2 days, and this is some resistance for the radioactivity and so on. So this is the VIP. They give you 2 days whip or VIP. And if you press the compass, you see here you have the areas you can fish. Here is where the shelter is, and you can only go to this area. Level 2 will unlock this and this as well. Level 2, that and that, sorry, those two. And this is level 3. But let's go to the bridge, let's go fishing. But before we fish, I will show you something that I think is quite important to know, because it will help and will save you money, the game money. It's night now. So that's good also, because now I can press P. Pressing the P button will light your flashlight. And I don't know where that flashlight is. It seems like you are the flashlight. Sorry. Please remember to walk around a little bit. You will find stuff. Of course, just because I were doing that now, I didn't get that. That was bad. But in this area, for example, I'm going to show that later. I'm sure it will pop up. You will find in the areas you can find some stuff. like logs or mud holes, or so where you can get bait. Oh, here it is. Here's a rotten log, and I'm running. Remember, I'm pressing shift, left shift for running. I got 19 lava bark beetle, or bark beetle larvas, I would say. So go around, look a little around and see. Now they're crowded here. I will go stand by this side, I think. If it's crowded and you want to have a little privacy, or no, maybe not the privacy, but you want to have a good spot, you can press here. You see here, K1. I go to K2, and you see that guy disappeared. So you can change the channels where you are. I go for this spot. You don't have to assemble anything. You see here, if you got the blood worms, you got the hook, and you got the bobber, your float, and the line, the rod, and the wheel. The reel. Sorry. But if you have not picked up this quest and you have gone out fishing, I take this quest later on, and you're fishing with bread. You get bread, and you have to remember to change to the bloodworms before starting to fish. This one is when you make attractant, or how it's pronounced. This is the YP and so on. This is if you have a share. This is if you have a fish finder. And this, I don't really know what it is. I think it's if you want to repair or something. I don't have that yet. To fish, you only do like this. You press this one, and you get this, and you can move this one. But something is some irritating thing with this is it doesn't stay. If you want it on this place, it doesn't stay there. So you and in the beginning it was like that for me at least. That this bar was down here. If it is so for you as well, move it up so you can see your experience and so on, and you can minimize it by pressing this button, and then it go here. You see the chat. You can change the location, the room, and so on here if you like English and so. But yes, one more thing. Up here you see radiation and energy. This is how much radiation this area is, and so on. And how do you fish? Well, first of all, you can scroll in, so you get a first person, and then it's easy. You press and hold your left mouse button, and I want to cast over there. With this rod, you can't change the line, how much line, how deep you're going to fish, and so. And be alert, because they are going to bite quite fast. And I will tell you how I did. And of course, first you get lots of first personal records, and when you break your personal records, you get 3 extra points. You can press the. No, I can't. I take that one. Now I can. You can press info, and you see how much you get for each one. If you want to recast on the same place that you had before, just press the T button, the T key, and it recast. I think that is only when you are VIP. I don't really know if that. I read somewhere about the VIP that, let's see, using their set hotkey team. So I think it's only work. Oh, got a fish. How do I catch the fish? Well, it's simple. Oh, that's one nice job. 320 grams there. And I can take the fish by press here, of course. You can let it go, and so, but and you can also choose that it is not counting for the quest, but I realize now I am at the wrong spot. Sorry, this is not the bridge. So I need. Oh, yeah. Pick up this. No, this is not the bridge. It's the area shifts to another area when you come to. You see it? Oh, it can't fall in the water though. It should say now I'm at the bridge. So sorry for that, but now you know that as well. I will just run over and stand over here. So I'm doing. I try to do it quite fast, but because it's getting too long. So throw out. And how do I hook a fish? And they will bite. This is not a fish simulator in that meaning. You're going to get bite quite fast. At least it's so in the lower levels. I don't know how it is in higher levels, but you will get bite fast. So, and you hook them by pressing the left right button, and then you double click, release and click again, and hold it in for reeling. And here I got a shiny sleeper, and you see this one is green. It will give you a little extra, and to put it in your bag you press space, or you press that button, of course, if you like that, but it's quite easy to just press space, and press T or throw out with your mouse button. Hold your left mouse button, mark where you can want to throw it, and I think we got one already, yeah? And I double clicked and held in, and here we got a goby, a large goby. And if I throw here, you can't throw this close, and you can't throw out there because, well, not with this basic rod. Or you, as I said earlier, you press the T button for recasting, and it's quite lots of action. And double click, hold in, and you can raise the rod with the other mouse button, with the right mouse button. While you're reeling in, just press and hold the right mouse button, then you raise the rod, and you hear the bling now. That's an indicator that the catch is counted for the quest. This one seems to be a fighter. Yeah, nice sleeper, 365 grams. That's not a bad one. We continue. I need 15. Your fish keeper or fish tank can contain, as I said, 20 fishes or 5 kilograms. And we got another one already. But we take that one as well. It counts for this. I will make a quick stop after this fish. and yeah, come back when I'm closer to 15, just to keep the time down a little bit. So I'm see you in a little while, and hopefully with more fishes in my fish keeper or fish tank. So I'm back again. I'm at 14. I've been fishing like 3, maybe 4 minutes, but not much longer. It goes quite fast in the beginning, and I got one here as well. So, and that was personal record. You get lots of those in the beginning, of course. I need one more. If it had been for this video, this guide, I would of course continue fishing, so I fill my fish tank. Here comes the final fish, number 15 for the quest, and it was and as you, I got some reward. I got 20 worms. Quick look at what I got, my 15. You see here the green ones. I think you get a little bit more money from them. You have some information about the fishes here: ground fish, small car, and so on. And one important thing, but we go back to the shelter before I say that. Now we go to talk to Vasily over this corner. Now I need to create different materials and items. I need to now catch fishes from 100 grams or more. But I had some that were a little bit bigger already, so I will, because this is this is a friendly tip. Don't go and sell every fish now. Do like this: go to this table, create the fish mines, or how it's pronounced, of what you can. If you got fish that are 100 grams or more, then you can go and sell what's left if you want to. And now we go back to fishing, and we go to the bridge again, because it's just the 100 grams fishes you can. Oh, here we go, a mole. Here we mole hill. Press it, gathering. So don't forget, I also do this even when I go fishing at other places later on. I start with just stop and go around that corner to get some bait. And now I can go into this area because I felt like, and I will change now. I'm at K1, I go to K2, channel 2. A little less people then, and I will go. Oh, here we got a new molehill. A bunch of worms. Oh, and here is a rotten stump. As you see, lots still untranslated. Now it doesn't matter if you use what you use. You don't going to get lots on the larva and so on. I will use the worms here now, and I will take my rod and I will just throw out and start fishing for the 100 grams fishes. And you may have to throw away some fishes if you're not going back and forth. Back and forth, that is how you like. But I will going to throw away some fishes now. I will also show why it can sometimes be good to release a fish. I will just wait to see what I get on this one. Oh, this is not a small one. I think this fight a little bit. Yeah, that was a nice 566 kilograms. I will not let that go. I take that one and I recast that. That were counted for this quest also. Oh, I got fooled by that one. But don't worry, you will get plenty of fish. For example, this one is 74 grams, and because I need 15, I don't. You get a lot of small fishes. If you don't go going back and forward, and selling all small fishes, of course you can do that, but I will not do that because I will keep this short and so on. So I release it by pressing G, and you have bling bling, and you get down here reputation increase shelter on 1. So you will get a little bit reputation increase when you're releasing fishes. If you release a bigger fish, you get around 2 or 3. The small fishes, you only get 1 reputation increasing. And just a reminder, that was a taker, 222 grams. I hook the fish by pressing the left mouse button, and then I press it again. I double click and hold down the mouse button on the last click, so that starts reeling, and I raise the rod with the right mouse button, holding that while I reeling. You also have this exclamation mark, question mark. I mean, you can get. I think we got a fish. Yeah, got a fish there. That was a. This is a green one. That would be a keeper for me at least. In the beginning, you keep almost every fish, of course, and sell. But the green ones is a little bit better. But I throw that away just to keep my fish tank. And that was a. I will continue to fish now. I will stop this recording and come back when I'm closer to 15. It is used to take around 4, 5, maybe 10 minutes, depending on how lucky you are, of course. But I will stop and come back in a little while. So I'm back here now, and I'm at 14 fishes now. Been fishing around maybe 8 to 10 minutes or so. Hopefully I will get the last one quite. Sorry for all the MMMs. Hopefully I will get yeah, we got it now. That's what's good. And now I got 25 blood worms. So let's check. I kept some. Well, they are all. Did not get any trophy though. They are all above. I had to release. No, this one is a small one. I had to release some fishes because of lack of place. So I'm back here now, and he wanted me to catch those. I go to Vasily again. Yeah, and now I get a new quest. Remember, I did the biomass once, and now I'm going to create all this because I need more biomass. Now I can create one. Hopefully I can create two. Yep, I create two of them. So, and I will go back to Vasily. Let's run. So now I get a recept or how it's pronounced. Sorry. So go back into inventory, and if you are in the starting fishing rods, go to craft, right click, learn drop close. Of course we should not drop it, we should learn this one, and we should create biofuel. So we go to this table and scroll down. Now you see, if you remember from the start when I showed this table, you didn't have this biofuel in this area. Now we do that, but I need 3 pieces. So I going to fish for a little more and get myself. And remember, before I go fishing, to do this fish mice, you have to have fishes that are 100 grams or more. I will go back and fish for more 100-gram fishes, and so I can create more fish mines, or how it's pronounced. I will be back in a little while. I'm back for just one thing I wanted to show there that I forgot to mention when fishing. You can move your rod either with A or S or with the arrow keys on your keyboard. That could be nice to know as well. If sometimes you may be not seeing that good, then you can move your rod. So that was just a little hint I wanted to tell before I forget it. So, but now I will go back to fishing so I can create more material. So hopefully I have enough fishes now. My memory is not that good always, but let's see. I have some smaller fishes. I got some trophies. I got several trophies. So, and I got a little lizard. It's not a fish, but that was the first time for me. I will run and exchange. Don't forget to exchange your trophies for tokens if you like to. Sadly, one of my trophies was a little bit bigger, but I hope I can make enough so I can make one more biomass. Else I have to go out. No, I have to go out and need a few more. But I will also show now I have skilled up, so I can now select here if I want to the experience bar to lower a little, but I just press lock on this for now. because hopefully that will help me to get the last few, so I can get some more biomass and create the last biofuel. Back in a little while again. So I have filled my fish net again. Got plenty of trophies here. Quite a big shiny sleeper there, 426 grams. I got some small, but I think this will help. And I'm at another location now. I went to Cerebronx. That opened up when it reached level 2. So normally I would of course not grind any big trophies, but I will do that just to see if I can get some biomass here. Yeah. So, and there we go. Now I got free biomass, and now we can create biofuel, and now you will see icon above the generator. We fill it, and now we go and talk to Vasily again. But before I do that, I will go to this one and see, because I have some smaller, well, this character I would not play this much. That was quite unnecessary. But here we go. So now it open up a new quest. You talk to this guy. He wants you to go and get crawfish. You get some other stuff, and the quest continues, and so on. So that's about the first, and now I can sell all those fishes. I don't know why I'm doing it, because I'm surely going to delete this character, but maybe not, who knows. So this concludes the little guide I made for beginning and the first quests in Atom Fishing 2. Hope you found it helpful. If you do, please let me know. Place a comment, and why don't you press the subscribe button and give me a like. That would be appreciated, but only if you feel for it. See you next time. Have fun and happy fishing. Bye bye.